Hey everyone, this is Angie at StampingWithAmore. Welcome to my channel. If you're new to my channel, please subscribe and hit the bell for notifications each time I upload a new video. If you are new to this channel, I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator and I post on Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday. Today is card day and we are doing a pop-up card. This is a little bit of a different pop-up card. It's really easy to do and it's a really fun one. I think you're gonna really like how these are made. I've seen several people do this, so I don't know where it came from or whose idea it was, but it is such a good one. So let's get started with it. So this is the card I'm going to share today, and I am using the Kite Delight stamp set. I love this stamp set, y'all. It's so cute. And then when you open it, it pops up like that. So it's got a little pop-up there when you open it, but it pops up this full. This is a stitch triangle, but if you don't have those, I'll give you the measurements for that when we come up to that part. But yeah, it's so cute because when you open it, you know, you get a full like scene. And I thought these were super cute. I did another one I'm going to show you too. I did this one for Easter using our daffodil dies. And so this one just says, may your days blossom with joy and happiness. And then I just did Happy Easter with the daffodil on the inside. I think that I would have matted this. I think if I matted that, I would have liked it even better. But I think it turned out really cute too. So this is what I'm sharing today. So let's get started with it. I, like I said, am using the Kite Delight, and I love this one. You know, I've used it several times already for cards, and it's so cute. I think I even may have done a 3D project with this. I can't remember, but it's a really good one. So what you do need for this is a card base, and this is your regular 5.5 by 4 1/4. So it's 8.5 by 5.5, and you score it at 4 1/4 for those of you who are new to stamping. And then this is the mechanism piece that's inside. This is 3 by 5 1/4. And then you do need some scrap basic white. I'm using all the thick for this because for the card bases, you can't beat the thick basic white. So this is going to be to cut out our large stitched rectangle. Now you know how I use these. I told you if you follow me, you need to get these dies because I use them a ton. So it is this, and this is such a great investment because look at all the dies that you get in here, including this big one right here. All right, so I'm also using our layering squares, but we don't carry these layering squares anymore, but I'll tell you what size this is. It's a 2.5 inch square. So if you want to just cut a piece that's 2.5 by 2.5, it's going to be a little bit more difficult, but you can trace that piece that you cut 2.5 on the front of this card, and then you can use like an X-Acto to cut it out. The die, of course, is so much easier, or if you have your own square dies, you can use a circle, you can use a rectangle, you can use really pretty much any basic shape on the front of this. That's to cut our little window out. All right, so what we're going to need to do first is cut our window and cut our rectangle out of this. This rectangle, the size of this one is, it's 4.5 by 3 1/4. So the rectangle itself though is probably a little bit smaller, but that will work. All right, so I'm also using our basic borders to do our little clouds that we're going to have on the inside of this. So I did the clouds on the background of this, but if you have this cloud punch, you can use this too. And I tried it and it works really well too. This makes a little bit bigger billowy clouds. So if you want that effect, you can do that. I'm going for this one. I really like the way these look. They're smaller clouds, and with this scene, I thought this would be cute. But it would even work with that cloud. All right, so what I did was I just cut this basic border on here, just like that, on a piece of cardstock, and this is what I'm using for my template for my clouds. All right, so let's bring the cut and emboss over here, put in our window, cut out our stitched rectangle, and I'll show you how we do this. Now first, I want to layer this on here. You want at least 3/4 inches from the top here, because you're going to have your mechanism in there. So I am going to use my mint tape here. I'm really loving this mint tape. I'm new to this, and it really is the best that I found for holding down your dies. I got that at scrapbook.com, by the way. So we're going to cut this window out. Be sure to open it, like I almost just didn't open it up. Be sure you open that, and then just run it through. I did clear off my bench some so I could roll it through. I have so many projects going. My desk here is a big mess. All right, so there's our little window right there. And then we just need to cut out our rectangle. When you cut these rectangles out, the easiest way is to cut it at an angle. I know it wastes some cardstock, but it will help your die go through so much better. And it helps prevent, too, for these to warp so much. So if you use them a lot, sometimes I get a little bit of warping, but if you put it at an angle, it really helps that too. All right, so here's our piece that we're going to stamp on and put our little kite on. Okay, so first thing we're going to do, we are going to go ahead and score our little mechanism piece here. And this is 3 inches by 5 1/4, like I said. We are going to score this on the 5 1/4 inch side at 3/4, 1 1/2, and 4 1/2, and that's it. Okay, so I am going to sharpen these. They're going to all go in the same direction. And it's going to look like that. So this is our little mechanism that's going to go inside. All right, we can go ahead and attach that. We're going to attach it right here, and I like to put it kind of in the center. What I'm going to use is tear and tape, because you want this to be really strong, because it's going to open and close a lot. So you want this to be really strong. I put 2 on each one. So you're going to put it on this one. And then you're going to put on this very end one, not the middle one. Okay, so can you see that? It's on this end one and this one right here. So we're going to remove the backing from the one on this side, the single side. This one has 2 here. And we are going to line this up about in the center is where I put it. Right up to your score mark. And then just close your card on it like that. And then this one, we're going to remove the backings. And then you're going to fold that down, and then you're going to just push this side of the card down like that. And then there's your little mechanism right there. And I know when you look at it, you're going to think there's a space here, but we're going to put this panel on there. So you're not going to see that. And really, when I first did it, I was real confused by it, but I just want to let you know that so you don't get as confused as I was. All right, so to make the clouds, I'm going to go ahead and use this for behind here so I don't make my desk too messy. I'm going to use Balmy Blue, and I'm going to just start creating my clouds with this. And you just need to just go over these little humps there that we have for the clouds, and I just kind of keep moving it so that it gives it a little bit like billowy looking. So just keep moving them in different directions all the way down the page. Okay, so look how cute that looks. And now I wanted to mention something else. When you're going down your page, you can put these further apart and you'll get bigger clouds, or you can put them closer together and your clouds will be a little bit smaller. But I love how this works for these little clouds. It's really fun to do too. All right, so now I'm going to go ahead and stamp our kite and our clouds and everything that we need. So I'm just going to bring out some scrap here. I'm going to use some Memento Black. And I love this kite. It's my favorite and I've used it several times, but it's just too cute. I love the little flowers on it. And then we're going to do the long string here. You do have to fussy cut these all out, or you can use the scan and cut like I did, and I'll show you that in just a minute. So you do need, I'm going to do 5 clouds. But I'm not sure I'm going to use all 5 this time. We're going to see. We might. And then I need one little other piece just for the sun. And by the magic of video, you're either going to fussy cut these or you are going to use your scan and cut, which what I did. So I used the scan and cut. I did too because I need another card. And on the clouds, I decided I would cut it right on the black because the black was pretty dark. So I cut it right on. Instead of leaving a little white around it like I do on these, I decided to cut these right on the line. So that is what you are going to do for this. We're going to color these all, not the clouds. We're going to leave the clouds white, but we're going to color the sun. And by the way, when I did my scan and cut, it didn't cut in between these, so I'm just going to trim those really quick. So, but it's really such a lifesaver if you have problems cutting or if you don't like fussy cutting. I know a lot of people don't. I love to fussy cut. Now, I'll fussy cut still, things that are small, but I have carpal tunnel. I've mentioned this before, and it's gotten worse. So I really have to be careful. So there's light and dark Calypso Coral. We're using light and dark Daffodil Delight, and then I am using dark Basic Black, and I don't know why I got this one out, but I'm also using light Balmy Blue, and the light Balmy Blue is going to be for the background of the kite here. I've actually colored this many times, and I think I've done it a couple times in videos, but I think I'm using different colors this time. Just pick your favorite colors and go with it. I really like the Calypso Coral with the Daffodil Delight, so that's why I am using that. And then we're going to just do the Calypso Coral for the flowers. This is really easy coloring, y'all, and it's really fast. I love to color. I really love taking my time to color, but I kind of try to go quick in the video because, you know, we'd be here all day watching me color. I know a lot of you like to watch the coloring, so that's why I've been showing it off and on here. But I'm going to just add a little bit of the dark around the edges here of the flower just to give it a little bit of detail. It makes it really kind of pop on this one. I'll show you close up when I get done. And then we're going to use the light Daffodil Delight in the center here. And then I'm just going to use a tiny bit of the dark just to kind of highlight it. I'm just going to kind of go like in a little moon shape on there. All right, and now I'm going to do the tail, and the tail is going to be the Calypso Coral. I want to keep calling it Coastal Cabana, but it's Calypso Coral. I love this color. It's one of my favorite, and I don't use it enough. And we're going to color this the same way we colored the flowers. Just give it a little bit of detail in the center here. And there's our tail. And then Daffodil Delight for the sun. And this is the light. I need to turn this around because and then again, just a little bit of detail for the sun. Just going to go around the edge there and just blend that just a little there. All right, that's it. Now we're ready to put our scene together. And one thing you want to do is make sure that you put this on here where it's going to be, where you're going to place it. You're going to use your pencil and really lightly go around your square, whatever shape you have in here, if you use a circle. And this is where you want your scene to be, within that triangle there. Now I'm debating whether to put a cloud on the inside here where I did that, because you can kind of see it back here, but I'm not sure if I want to do it, or maybe put it up a little bit higher. We're going to worry about this part first. I'm going to stamp my sentiment that's going to be on the inside, because then I have to work around the sentiment. And I'm using Your Friendship is So Uplifting. And they're just going to go in the corner right here. And then I'll know where to put my little tail and all that has to go on here. Now I'm popping that up with dimensionals. Just gives it a little bit more dimension. Now we're going to put that on here. I think I might put that up a little bit higher. We'll see. And then this one I'm going to just glue down with some wet glue. And we're going to put that underneath there. And then the sun, I'm going to peek behind it's going to peek out behind the kite. So we're going to put that back here. And it's all within that little square I have there. We're going to erase that after. In fact, I can go ahead and do that right now, because I have all that in there. And then I'll eyeball the clouds that we're going to put in there. Okay, now let's put the clouds on. I know I want one here, so I'm going to go ahead and glue that down. Put that one right there. And you can, on this one, I'll have to cut it off because it's going to interfere with our mechanism there. So I'll have to cut that one off. But the other ones, I'm going to bring in this so I can look and make sure. I'm going to cut that so I can line it up right. So that's going to go there. And then I think I want one down here. I want it to show in the window though, like right there. So we'll go ahead and glue that one. And I really still think I want one at the top here. I think I'm just going to put it a little bit higher. Because I like it kind of hanging over there. All right, and then before you put this in, you need to stamp your sentiment. You still have a pretty flat surface here, so you need to stamp your sentiment. And I'm doing the Wishes for a Carefree Day. But there's a bunch of sentiments on here you can use. You can do it as a happy birthday. And make sure I get this nice and straight. There we go. Whoops, I just got my finger in there and got some on here. I'll have to try to fix that. It's not too bad though. All right, and then I'm going to go ahead and adhere this in the inside. Make sure you put it right up against your piece right here, your cardstock. I'm going to go ahead and use wet glue. This is the best thing to use, is the wet glue. Because if you need to move it around a little bit, you can move it around a little bit. These are really fun to do though, y'all. I think you're really going to like to do them. And so there's that. You want to press it down real good. And then we're going to put our 2 on the outside. I'm going to put one right here. And then we're going to put one at the top. Yeah, that worked out because I can hide that other one behind it. Let's see if I can get that. Yeah, that's good. Still just a tiny bit, but it's okay. There you go. Isn't that cute? And then it opens like that. I think these are so fun and so cute. I hope you enjoy these. And if you need any supplies, this is my March hostess code. And you can shop right from my blog at StampingWithAmore. I hope you all enjoyed it. Have a blessed day, and I'll catch you in the next one. See you later, everyone. Bye.